simply teaching science and English would not be good enough. As I've said earlier, science needs to be learned by doing science. Therefore, increasing and providing facilities of labs, equipment, materials, and all that is also seen as a step in the right direction. And unless that happens, science learning in the right way will not be taking place. Challenge 8 is need for strong management information system, or MIS. We need to manage what we do, and with the computer, what better way than to have an MIS? Accurate data for different education indicators. Its analysis and interpretation for policy decisions is prerequisite for informed planning. If we want to know how many students joined school, how many students completed school, what is the percentage of dropouts, what is the percentage of your A grades or failures or whatever, you need data. And an MIS system will help you collect the data and analyze that data appropriately in the right way using the computer. District information system is in poor shape. Education districts have data, but they're not consistent, they're not complete, and they're not in good shape. Periodic education census is not a permanent feature. Doing a census of schools or educational institutions when you fancy is not the right way to go. You need to do an annual audit and an annual review and then analyze and make policy decisions based on those findings. Initiatives. National Education Management Information System being set up at the federal level. This will be set up at the federal level and then will monitor the different schools and educational institutions. Existing education management information system at provincial and district levels can be strengthened to make them responsive. Whatever manual way it is happening or whatever substandard computer way it is being happening needs to be revamped. It will be brought in line with the proper standards of the time today. Databases of critical indicators on qualitative aspects of educational growth, reliable and valid data to facilitate planning, implementation and follow-up to be obtained and maintained. Data, you cannot do anything unless you have data. You need data, you need good data, you need data that is reliable and valid, and a good database is the only way you can make sure that you have good data. So developing these databases is seen as critical for an MIS to work. To have complete educational statistics of the country, a comprehensive program of census of all educational institutions have been developed and is being launched with donors and government support. We want to know what is happening along the length and breadth of Pakistan in terms of education. We don't want to know one region or one province. Across the country, what is happening? And we've got donor support, we've got government support. All now is it needs to be implemented across the country. And then we can say this is the national statistics of education in Pakistan in a particular year. School Census Day has been fixed for collecting data on one day from all over the country. One day has been allocated. On that day, all data for a particular school or educational institution will be collected and fed into the database. From there, we will be able to obtain what we want, which is good statistical information about how our education system is doing. Challenge 9 is to promote gender equality and women empowerment. We've talked a lot about it, and you see this in the news all the time, gender equality, women empowerment. All primary schools are being converted to co-educational institutions. Girls and boys will go to the same school at the primary level. Good initiative. All new primary schools are required to have ratio of 60 to 40 boys and girls, proportion of 70% female teachers to 30% male teachers at primary level. 30 to 40 is not bad. It's not 50-50, but it's not bad. It's better than having 10% and 20% of the female population attend schools. If we want our females to get an education, we have to make sure they enter our schools.